You know, there's nothing like being in the green room. Like this is where the magic happens. This is where you get to ask any question you want and the answer. Isn't that pretty cool? So I'm not going to spend time, as y'all know. I just don't like reading these bios. In fact, I'm not a good reader, by the way, not to you publicly. So I'm going to ask Kat first. Who are you, Kat? For those that don't know who you are, and more importantly, here's what the question they really have: what are you up to these days?
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Shay. I appreciate that. And hey, good evening to all of the happy entrepreneurs out there. I am Kat Dunn, better known as Kat the Course Builder across social media. I am a real instructional designer. I don't play one on TV. So I am a course builder. I help entrepreneurs to take their knowledge that they have been building up for the last 10, 20, 30 years or more and package it so they can teach what they know to the masses.
You know, when you say course builder, I know you're going to get into this later when we get
Yeah.
started, but they're like behind the scenes, okay? And you say course builder, they're wondering, is this for somebody that's doing something at a university? Is this for someone that's got to be a techie and all that? Just give us your definition of course builder so they know what that means, number one. And number two,
Yeah.
why is that more important now than ever before?
Yeah, very good. Great question. So here's the deal. There are three different types of courses that entrepreneurs build. One is business to consumer, where they are selling their courses to the general masses. The 90% of people that Forbes magazine says are looking for courses that they can buy outside of a university setting. So you've got business to consumer, then there is business to business, right? If you are selling your courses to a business, a Walmart, a ADP, or whomever. And then you've got business to education. So you can sell your courses to universities or as continuing education credits or certification. So there are three different types of courses. And why is this so important right now? Because now more than ever, everybody is online. And like I said, Forbes magazine says that 90% of all learning is now informal. That means that people are not signing up to go back to school and get a bunch of student loans. They are instead searching for everyday, regular people who have an expertise that they can learn from.
Everyday regular people. So the person that's doing it, they don't have to be someone that's not, got a PhD and all that. You help folks take what they know and be able to package it. If I'm hearing you correctly. Let me take a moment because I know you're going to do a deep dive in that when we get started. This whole get paid for your passion.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
forget it. I'm gonna ask her now. You guys are behind the scenes. Let's find out why that topic. Like, why did you pick get paid for your passion? It seems like an oxymoron. It's like, is that even possible?
Yeah, so one of the reasons that it's so possible is because your purpose, your passion, the thing that you were put here to do is the thing that that drives you. It drives most people. And so, what happens is most people start giving it away for free. Like I would ask your audience, like the folks who are here, if you're here and even if you're catching this on a replay, I would love to know, right? If you are already teaching what you know, but you're doing it for free. Maybe somebody is calling you on the phone and saying, "Hey girl, tell me how to, set this up or bake these cookies or how to sell this soap or how to do whatever," right? And the truth of the matter is, Shay, is that most people are doing it for free instead of getting paid for it. And so I want you to get paid for it because so many people are doing that, but so many people don't know how to actually monetize on their God given talent and purpose.
Their God-given talent, their God-given purpose. Let's take a moment, if I can. I know that one of our colleagues, Dr. Laura Lewis, is doing something really special called Couch to Podium, and you're
Yeah.
participating in that. And it's all about, in many cases, there's therapists out there, there are counselors, but there are everyday folks who want to get off the couch or get out the chair, let's say, for the everyday folks, and really share their message. Take a moment. You're participating. For those folks out there, you can go to couchtopodium.com. Again, www.couchtopodium.com. Check it all out. But here's the question I have for Kat. Why is at least sharing your message with the audience? I know we get into course building later, but why is sharing your message and sharing your story really relevant for folks today?
Yeah. You mentioned Couch to Podium. I'm super, super excited to be joining Laura and all the other amazing speakers that are going to be there at Couch to Podium. And I think it's just really important to get off the couch and get off the sidelines, right, of your life, because there is so much more if you just believe, right, and get out there and say, you know what, if somebody else can do it, why can't I do it? Why can't you do it? There, people are, everyday people. I was an everyday people. you know I was an everyday people who was working a corporate in a corporate scenario, and I decided about 6 years ago that I had had enough. Shay, I was not gonna, I just I had my last straw when my manager told me I couldn't take off the other 4 hours for my birthday. And here's the
Mm.
thing, Shay, my birthday is December 31st. Okay, it's at
Woo!
the end of the year, right? I'm a New Year's Eve baby. And so we already had off. You know how they give you those 4 hours off anyway, right? And so all I wanted was the other 4 hours. And how about she was like, "No, you're our senior person, and they might need you." And I was thinking to myself, "Want, want, 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 want." I just cannot believe this lady who is old enough to be like my niece telling me I can't take off a full day for my birthday. That was crazy to me. So, that was like a eye opener for me, and really the impetus for me saying, you know what, I got to make a change. I have to do something different. And I want your audience to know that they don't have to put up with a lifestyle that they don't that they feel like that's not worthy. It's not even worthy of their experience and what they bring to the table. And so, I just want them to know that they can do better and do more.
They can do better. You can do more. For Crystal Cunningham who's watching right now, don't worry, Kat is in the house. For Homer Callahan who's out there, Kat is really in the house. Jocelyn wants to know, yeah, she's there. That's her. Really, she's there. Nicole Brown Person says hello. So many
Hey,
folks are tuning in
Nicole.
right now. They're in the house. They're like, Shay, we're ready to rock and roll. Look, we're going to get going in five. Don't worry. We come back. I'm going to answer that question. The number one question I'm going to ask is, don't worry. So give us some ideas to help build out for us. Tell us why people are being held back. Don't worry. We're going to get the secrets. We'll be back in five. You know, this is my favorite part. Four. We got a show. Three, two, one. It's showtime.
That's the promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Man.
Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause all I do is win. If you doing it, put your hands.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big, big, big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I believe you really have three visions. I love to share this, three visions you have. The first vision I believe you have is you have a vision for yourself. The clothes you want to wear, the organic food that you want to eat. And don't worry, I'll adjust my mic. Someone said, Shay, your mic sounds kind of low. Then I will put the mic a little closer. We'll do a sound check. Thank you, Andrea Evans. She's out there. They're in the house tonight. Like, Shay, we've got to hear you. Don't worry, we're going to adjust it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now we're cooking. Check, check. We're cooking with gasoline. There we go. That's a lot better. It said, Shay, now we can hear you. And Kat, you can still hear me too, right?
Got you. I
Fantastic.
can hear you.
Good, good. I feel like I got this big old mic in front of my face. So don't worry. We'll make sure you can hear me loud and clear. All right, so you have three visions. You have a vision for yourself, the way you want to live. I get that. And it takes resources, which means it takes revenue to do that. The second vision you have is you have a vision for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about. And I know Mother Dear is still here. She's 73 years old or 74 years old. And I have the pleasure of being able to take her for physical therapy and do other things. And I'm blessed to be able to do that. And it takes resources. Thanks, Crystal Cunningham, for telling me it's better. It takes resources, which means it takes revenue. You got the course building here. We're going to talk about generating some revenue, okay? And then you got a third vision you have, You have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And I believe you don't have to be a believer. I happen to be a believer, so I want to impose my faith on you. But I believe in the story of Noah in the Bible. And imagine you're this guy named Noah in the Bible, right? And you show up and you have this vision. God's giving you the experience. God's giving you the expertise. And right before you get started, there's this knock at the door. And you're like, what's going on? And they said, excuse me over here, Noah. One of the report that there are no hammers in the house. You don't panic. No hammers, no big deal. Another knock. What's up with that? Noah, there's no nails. We might as well report that to you as well. That's okay. It's cool. We got this thing. Another knock. And 3 knocks is never good. You know that. Noah, there's no people and there's no boats no wood in the house. Maybe that's you. You got a big heart. You can't believe anymore. You're believing right now. You get a headache if you keep believing, but you need resources. You need revenue. You need a way to do it without your labor. So this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whatever time you're working, we got the one and only Kat in the house. What's going on, Kat Dunn, the course builder? What's up?
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Shay. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with the happy entrepreneurs.
Well, it's an honor and a privilege, a treat and a treasure. Look, let's just adjust the elephant in the room that they're all asking. Is it possible to really have a course and make money based on your passion? Is that possible? And why?
It is more than possible, Shay. I can tell you that that over the years I have taught hundreds and hundreds of coaches, experts, entrepreneurs how to do just that, how to get paid for their purpose, how to package their skills, their 10, 20, 30 years of knowledge and expertise and turn it into a marketable product that they can actually sell, right? And so they are selling and selling and selling, like my client Misha Pickford, who launched her course and right out the gate made 11 grand in her first week.
Wow.
Or Shay, Slay by Shay, some of you all know her, who made $13,000 in 13 days when she launched her course. So is it possible? Absolutely.
I love it. What do you say to the person, and we're going to get into what's holding people back in a moment, but what do you say to the person that says, look, I never went to Toastmasters. I'm not an NSA or national speaker type of person, and so I've never really been trained. I know my stuff really good. Is this something that's for me because I've never been to all this formal training that's out there?
Let me tell you something. We were just talking about this in the green room,
Yeah.
Shay, and Forbes magazine says that 90% of all learning is informal. That means
Mm.
people aren't checking for all of the degrees, okay? They can get that on a thermometer. They're not checking for all of that. They are checking for regular everyday people who have something to share with the world. That's what they're looking for. So, if you're a regular everyday people, then then you're in the right place.
Then what do you, and based on your experience, this is what you do all day. You serve, you help folks really get
Yeah.
paid based on their passion. What holds
Yeah.
people back from taking the first step? Like, I know there's a lot of challenges. We have to say, Shay, this is one of the reasons why people just don't get it done.
Yeah. Yeah. The main reason, Shay, is because they're worried that people won't want what they have. People are afraid of rejection. They're afraid that they'll put a course out there and nobody will want it. And that could not be further from the truth. I find that holds them back. The other thing that holds them back is not knowing how to deal with all their content. They got so much content that they don't know what to do with it, right? So it's either the course content, right? or it's the course take. Matter of fact, I would love to know from your audience, if you're here live or if you're catching this on the replay, put a one in the chat if you're worried about how to put together all that course content. That's number one. The other problem, Shay, is course tech. They're like, oh my God, Kat, what platform do I use? I done tried this, that, and the third, and I don't know how to put it all together. How do you automate it and how you make it all, make sense and all of that? So that's the second problem, which is why we have a full service course building agency. We just do it all for you. But the course tech is a problem, and then it's course marketing. It's how do I sell this thing, Kat? I need to make sure that I have somebody that I can put this in their hands. So they're worried about course content. That's one. Put a one in the chat if that's you. Course tech, put a two in the chat if that's your issue. Or course marketing, put a three in the chat if that's what's going on. But I find that between those things, Shay, those are the major issues that are holding people back.
Well, Mavis is out there right now. Regina's putting number one. They're dropping it right down there in the chat. So they said, wait a minute, Shay, you just talked about these problems. And for those folks that are out there, here's what I'd like for you to do, because I'm going to ask in a moment to share one idea. And how many ideas
Yes.
do you need to change your life? One. How many ideas you need to make money? One. I'm asking, give us one idea that we can use to start on this journey of building our course. But for those folks that are out there, listen, here's what you can do. You can pay this message forward. We believe in the giver's economy. The person outgives the competition, out earns the competition. So you can take this message. I'm sure the Kat's okay with this. You can hit the share button. You can hit the watch party button. And you can just write those words. Get paid for your passion. Hashtag Kat Dunn. Just go ahead and like if you got a Facebook group, I'm sure Kat's okay with that. You can take the link, you can share it into your Facebook group, you can share it on your personal page and pay this message forward. For Crystal Cunningham that says mine is number 2. For Mavis that says mine is number 1. Folks are saying 1s, 2s, and 3s. Don't worry, I might ask for 2 ideas, okay? I get it. You don't be left behind, okay? But you hit the share button, hit the watch party button, help another entrepreneur, another single mom, another single dad, a little boy, a little girl, a big boy, a big girl, make a difference in their life. You can do that now. So, Kat, take us, if you would, and share what's one idea for someone that's watching right now. It's like, I love what I'm hearing. What's the first step someone should do? And I know we only have so much time. If they want to get on this journey to having a course built.
Yeah, so to get on that journey, you first have to make a decision, right? Make a decision that I'm going to do it, all right? That might sound really fundamental, but that is definitely the first step, Shay. The second step is to determine what am I actually going to teach? Because so many people have just so much expertise. They're like, well, I can teach this and I can teach that and I can teach the third. And so you want to really narrow down what you're going to teach first. And so what I like to, recommend is that you teach something. It depends on what your goals are. So if your goal is to get off of that job, if your goal is to start your own business and really be fully independent, then you need to start with the course that's going to make you money. All right? You need to start with the thing that is marketable so that you can actually start bringing in that cash. And so start there. So even if you're super passionate about skydiving and teaching people skydiving, you want to look at what is going to be most profitable for you so that you can start bringing in that cash flow.
I love it. For those folks that are ready to bring in some cash flow right now, like I like the cash flow, say now you're talking my language. Look below the video, and just write these words, 2 words. Ching ching, baby. Ching ching. If it's time to get a little ching ching right now, and you know that this is your moment, that this is your time, just drop a little comment below and put ching ching, baby. And as I do that, I'm going to ask her, can someone do this that right now maybe still has a sponsor or a full-time employer? Can someone still do this? Can they make this happen? Do you have to and stop everything you're doing to make this a reality? I don't know. So I'm going to ask her. So talk to us.
Yeah, that's a great question. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, when I first got started, I was a dualpreneur as well, right? So, a lot of people know about that life. Bringing home the laptop, we got the VPN, you're logging in, you're trying to live
VPN.
stream and all this stuff in between, trying to build a business. So, yeah, I mean, you have to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So after you work that 9 to 5, get on that 5 to 9 and get your course out so that you don't have to be there, or if you don't want to be there. So that's what you want to do. And what I like to say, Shay, is start giving people your MVP and not your MVP. And what I mean by that is that a lot of times we on jobs, we feel like we have to be better, we have to be smarter than everybody, than everybody in the room. We know what that's all about, right?
Mhm.
And so we go in there trying to be the MVP, the most valuable player. Well, you know what? You've earned those stripes. You've already done that. So now it's time to give those folks your minimum viable product. Okay. Go in there and do just enough to keep Sally and Ricky and them off your back. And because you're going to need that emotional energy to work on your business. So no, do you have to be a full-time entrepreneur right now? Absolutely not. Take your time. But at the same time, we have a lot of things going on. If you're anything like me, you're a wife, you're a mom, you're an entrepreneur, you got a lot going on. So you have to use your time wisely, use your energy wisely. Go in there, get those people your minimum viable product. Don't worry about trying to be the MVP anymore. You've already earned that. You've done that. So now it's time for you.
It's time for you. This is your time. This is your moment. And for you who's watching, the best is still yet to come. That's got to be rewarding. It's got to be a great feeling. They might be wondering, some people are meeting you for the first time, and they might be wondering, where does this passion come from? This passion you have to serve, this passion you have to help others and see them make money along this journey. And you're doing that, and that's the crux of your business, the course builder. So take a moment and talk to us about, where does this passion come from? Why is this near and dear to your heart right now? Helping others be able to get their message and get paid for their passion.
Yeah, yeah. It is so near and dear to me because I literally get to be at the place and time where somebody else's vision and dream comes to life. And I don't take that lightly. I think that that is amazing to have someone come to me and say, "Kat, all I have is my experience. I don't have anything else. All I have is what I know." And for us to be able to pull that out of them and turn it into something tangible that they can then put in the hands of other people and share that with the world. In our tribe, our goal is to teach 1 million people how to reach 1 million people. And that's our goal as a community, as the Brilliance community. And so I would say I just love the idea of helping other people to share what they were put here in purpose to do. Because I truly, truly believe that someone somewhere right this very moment is privately praying that you will teach them. Not me, not somebody else, but you, Regina. I see you, Crystal. I see you. You all are the ones that people are praying for. So, there isn't somebody else. You're like, oh, well, somebody else is doing it. No, they're not doing it. They're not doing it like you're doing it. Nobody is doing it like you. Nobody can do it like you're doing it. But somebody is privately praying that you will teach them. So that's why I'm so impassioned about it.
Mm. What's one of the lessons, maybe the number one lesson you've learned when it comes to really putting courses together? And then I know there's something she's doing, and I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. We're going to talk about that. But I'm just curious, of all the lessons you've learned of putting courses together, and you've kind of given us a lot already. But what's one lesson you say, you know what, Shay, part of our philosophy, part of our methodology is to make sure that this experience or this is included when putting a course together?
Very, very good. Very good. So there are 12 fundamental areas that you want to make sure that you have for your course. And I'll quickly go over them. We don't have
There's
time to go
12.
over it
Ooh,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, there are. And that's what I say. I'm an instructional designer. And so this is what I do. And this is what a lot of people miss. And so we don't have time to go through all of them, but I'll just go through a few, and then when we talk about what we got going coming up, we'll get deeper into that there, right? But uh, uh, one, you want to make sure that your title addresses the problem. Right? You want to make sure your title addresses the problem and also addresses the solution. You want to make sure that your course is for the proper avatar. That's number two. You also want your learning objectives. You want to make sure that your course is addressing the exact problem through your learning objectives. All right. Then you've got your modules. That's number 4. And you want it to be modular. And I'll just talk a little bit about this, Shay, is that you want it to be modular. And the reason why they call them modules is so that you can plug and play the content, right? So you might have a high ticket program or course or online course, but then you might want to take that same module and use it for a 2-day intensive, or to use it for a 1-day workshop, right? And that is the power of the content that you have. See, somebody is catching this, Shay, that you can take that one piece of content, that one module out of an 8 module course, and you can create other income streams from that. You can create a micro course, right? Which we just did in the Black Friday boot camp, right? Where, where over 60 entrepreneurs, just like the ones you have here, are building their courses, right? And you can take those and turn them into micro courses and multiply your money that way. And so those are just a few of the components that you must have in any course that you're doing.
Whoa, I love it. I love it. I love it for Doctor that's out there right now, and many folks that are tuned in say, hey, what's going on, Miss Kat? She's out there watching. Your fans are in the house. This is like golden. And if you haven't hit the share button, here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. Here's how you give a digital applause, right? One of the ways you give a digital applause, you can hit the share button, hit the watch party button. And when you do that, just say, get paid for your passion. Hashtag Kat Dunn. Get paid for your passion. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. There's no cash app needed this evening. There's no Zelly payments needed, right? She's no swipe and succeed. Cash order for one reason only, and that is to change your life, shift your business, and make sure you have the resources that are necessary to execute the big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And so, you can be paid for your passion. That's one of her promises. I'm going to ask a little more how she can help you guys do that. Kat, we have a segment here called Today is My January 1st. And today is my January 1st is one of our core philosophies. Now, for those that know what I'm about to do, by the way, you can look right below the video. You can write those words. Today is my January 1st. And today is my January 1st. If some of you want to know what in the LL Cool J is Shay talking about over there, today is my January 1st represents one of those moments throughout the day where you can make a decision. You don't wait to January the 1st to make a decision. You create a January the 1st moment every time you make a decision to do something. So January 1st, today is my January 1st represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It represents my past does not equal the future. Some of you are writing today is my January the 1st right now. And it's one of those moments, and it's probably, I don't know, you can't see my hands. There's probably 1,000 moments throughout the day. And whenever you make a decision, and that decision could change the trajectory of your life, that's a January 1st moment. You make a decision that you're going to work out, or you're going to sit back and binge watch and watch Netflix, right? That's a January 1st moment. You decide you're going to eat some French fries and hamburger and salt, pepper, ketchup. If you have 2 boys like mine, they're grown, they put hot sauce. Or you decide you're going to go to the refrigerator and you're going to open up the refrigerator, and inside the refrigerator there's some kale. That tastes good. There's some broccoli. Ooh, that tastes really good. Oh, there's some Brussels sprouts. That's a January 1st moment. So my question to Kat is, when you hear those words, today, for D Boldness out there, is my January 1st, what goes through your mind? What do you hear?
Yeah. So when you say fresh start, I'm a New Year's Eve baby, right? So every December 31st, that gives me an opportunity to reflect. But I love the idea of that January 1st can happen at any moment. And I would say give yourself an opportunity to have a fresh start in your own life. Um, give other people the opportunity to have a fresh start in their life by teaching them something like Doctor, who's on here now. What's up, BBA? She's teaching people how to find their voice as women, and to not be afraid to share their message with the world. And that is a beautiful, beautiful message. And so January 1st is a day that is celebrated all throughout the world, right? As that fresh start. And so you can have that fresh start and give that fresh start anytime you want to, by teaching other people your gifting and what you already know. So I would say give the gift of that January 1st to someone else.
I love that. There's some folks that are excited right now. They're writing down today is my January 1st. They're excited like they were back on December 31st. After a couple of drinks,
Yeah.
by the way, on the back of a napkin, they started writing down these New Year resolutions, and we know how that landed, right?
That's right. That's right.
but,
That's
but but
right.
but but you may have heard this before. Sometimes there's truth inside of truisms, and one of the
Yes.
truisms out there is consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? My hand is raised. I guess I've raised both of them. Is really being consistent. So my question to Kat is, what do you teach your folks? What do you share in order for them to be consistent? As Dr. George C. Frazier would say, in order for them to hashtag stay the course, especially when they put together those
Yeah.
course builders. That's kind of tough.
Yeah. So what I say is put systems, processes, and people in place to keep you consistent, because consistency in my estimation has less to do with discipline and your ability to stay disciplined, and more to do with your ability to put systems, processes, and people in place who are going to help you to do nothing but be successful, where you don't have any choice but to be successful, right? So you want to surround yourself with people who are going in the direction that you're going, first of all, and who can help you, coaches, and other people who've been where you're going, right? So that's one thing you can do. And then you want to put the systems in place to make sure, and processes in place to make sure that you have no chance at failure, right? So you want to make sure that you are setting aside time to put your course together. And if you're not sure, if you're just like, hey, Kat, I'm just sitting there watching my computer and my computer is watching me, then you want to make sure that you get with a group of people who are all doing it together so that you don't have to do it alone. Don't try to fight through the thing that, if you know that you don't like working alone, get with a group, get with a mastermind that, where everybody is working together and you can get that support. Don't sit there just watching the computer. So when it comes to consistency, you have to put things in place to help you be successful, as opposed to, just trying to sit there beating yourself up just because, you're not so-called disciplined.
Oh yeah, yes. You're listening to Kat right now. If you're smelling what she's cooking in the kitchen over there, go ahead and drop a little note, put a little number one down. Say, yeah, I'm smelling what you're cooking. I'm feeling it, Shay. But I'm curious. What is Kat's ideal client for her and her firm right now? So what type of clients is she looking to work with right now? And number two, we always like goodies, don't we? We all love goodies. How can they best connect with you? Or maybe there's something you want to share with folks to help them along this journey. So number one, who's your ideal client? So they might be someone watching, or maybe you can refer her out to someone. You can share this message with someone else that is ready to be paid for their passion.
Very good. Thank you so much for the question. So, my ideal client, ideal avatar is your everyday person who has a specific set of skills, right? Who has a knowledge and expertise of 10, 20, 30 years. In fact, I would love to know it, whether you're live or on the replay. How many years of experience do you have doing what you're doing? I'd love to see some numbers down in the comment section, just to know how many years, right? So, my ideal avatar is someone who has years of experience doing what they do, and they're ready to teach it to the world, right? Whether you are a doctor, or you're in personal development, or you are a nurse or an attorney, or someone who's great at baking. Maybe you've turned your hobby into a commercial business, and now you want to teach other people how to do it. So if you have an expertise, you have a something that people call you up for out the blue, then hey, you are somebody who can teach someone who doesn't have the first idea how to do what you're doing. So yeah, it's time. Really, this is for anybody who has a skill or expertise who's ready to share it with the world.
Okay, so we know who your ideal avatar is, and it's those folks that tune in. They're like, okay, Shay, but we like goodies. Like we like goodies. We want to know what is Kat up to these days, and what's a baby step, something that we can do to get on this journey. I know you're doing something called Get Paid for Your Passion, which I know is the topic we're talking about, but that's also tied to something else. So if you can unpackage kind of what you have going on, and it may speak to someone that's out there right now, and share how they can get connected with it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So next week I'm having hosting a free training for 5 days. It's actually get paid for your purpose. The get paid for your purpose 5 day push is going down. Shay, is going down next week, November 9th through the 13th. It's absolutely free, but what you're going to walk away with is my exact system for how to get paid, right? Because so many people are like, well, Kat, what if I put it out there and nobody wants it or nobody gets it or I don't know how to price it or how do I make sure there's enough value in it? Well, you're going to learn that over the course of 5 days where I am teaching live, I'm taking questions live, and we're just going to have a great time.
Okay, but that's good. They're like, whoa, 5 days, count me in. But where do I go? Like, how do I get connected to this? So where should they go? I know there's probably a website or somewhere they can go. But for those folks that are listening to the podcast right now, there's some folks who might be listening on Amazon Fire right now, or Apple TV. Kind of tell them the website to go to, but also drop the link below. Now, some of you are watching on many different platforms right now, but don't worry. I'm going to ask her to slowly tell you the website to go to. But more importantly, we're going to drop it right below the video on this broadcast. But some of you need to hear it and write it down. Go ahead, Kat, if you would. Tell them how they can go ahead and get connected to this.
Very good. So, if you are catching this live and you're watching this from the Happy Entrepreneur Show Facebook group, Facebook page, then you want to check out the link that I just dropped below. If not, you want to go to katthecoursebuilder.com. That is KatTheCoursebuilder. That's katthecoursebuilder.com. And right there, smack in the middle of the page, is how you join our 5 day challenge, how you join the 5 day free training that we've got going on next week. So you want to go to katthecoursebuilder.com or definitely click on that link that I just dropped in the chat.
Now, let's all do a favor. Let's go to, for those folks that are listening, there's a link right below. So if you happen to watch it on this particular broadcast, you can. I know this has been shared out on different platforms. Let's make sure the website works. No offense, but I always like to make sure they work. So go over the Kat, the course build. Even if you're not even sure this is for you, right? Just go over there right now. Go over to Kat, the course builder. That right? katthecoursebuilder.com. She's checking her own site.
I know, right? You did not wait. Now I'm paranoid. Now I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. No.
She's like, just check it out and drop the link right below.
It's working. Thank you, Father. Lord, I'm going to drop that link too, okay? katthecoursebuilder.com.
She made it really easy for you. If you listen to the podcast right now, or if you listen to the replay and you're catching this, just go to katthecoursebuilder.com. Now, if you see it there, you see the course or what's going on, click on it. If the link still works, register. I don't know where it's going to take you to, but register anyway. So it doesn't matter when you hear this, visit her website. Get connected.
And that's Kat with a K. That's Kat with a K. KATTHE. Okay? Kat with a K. So don't be like, it didn't work.
She's very clear. Kat with a K. Kat with a K. Make sure you do that right away. You know, we're entering a segment called Rapid Fire. And I encourage every single one of you to go out there right now. In this Rapid Fire segment, for those that are hearing it for the first time, we get to ask a question of Kat. And she has 2 minutes or less. Now, the audience like the less more than 2 minutes. I get it. Don't worry. I told her just now, right? But 2 minutes or less to answer the question. And she can deny it. She don't have to answer the question, really. But she does have a choice. But one of our questions, Kat, one of my favorite is, of all the mentors you've had along this journey of life, and you've had so many mentors, what's one idea that you've taken from your mentor that you would like to pass on to us? And for those folks that are out there that are watching right now, do your hands like this. You can't see it. Put your hands out like this and say, oh, there, now you can see my hands. Oh, there, I got a different camera today. There you go. Put your hands out and say, thank you, Kat. Thank you, because she's about to bless you with an idea she learned from her mentor. Take it away, Kat.
Very good. So you're right, Shay. I have had many, many mentors over the years, and I have one mentor in particular who introduced me to a concept called detaching from the outcome. And I really didn't understand that. And so I will say it the way he said it to me. Cat, detach from the outcome. And I'm like, what do you mean detach from the outcome? Like this has got to work, and people have got to join my course, and people have got to do this and got to do that. And he said to me, you have to let go. You've done what you can do, and you've done all you can do. Now I want you to just focus on executing, right? And detach from what the ultimate numbers are going to be and all of that. And it's so hard to do. That was one of the toughest lessons for me. But when I was able to do that, I've been practicing that now for years, how to detach from the numbers and all of that after I've done all that I can do, after I've done my part. And so I would say to all the happy entrepreneurs out there, don't be as concerned about who is going to get in your course. Get your course done. Get your course done. Get it out of your head and off your hard drive. Don't sit there pontificating over, well, how much am I going to sell, and you can't do anything if you don't actually do it. So detach yourself from the outcome. Let that be God's job. Let him determine who is supposed to come to your course. Your job is to put it out there, and to be in a position so that if someone comes by, they are privately praying for you, that you have done your part.
I love it. I love it. What's an affirmation or a quote or something that you tell yourself to keep yourself going in your business? I mean, your business has high highs, it has low lows, it has twists and turns, peaks and valleys. And so I guess my question is, what's maybe a quote or a saying or a philosophy that you hold near and dear to your heart? It might be more than one, obviously, that keeps you going and that you share with other folks as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, that's a really interesting question, because you are right in that there are highs and lows. There are times that you might even question whether or not this is for you, because it's not easy at all. And I will tell you that I know this is a family show, so I can't really say what I really say to myself.
Entrepreneurs,
um,
they're all entrepreneurs now. They're family, but they're entrepreneurs at the end of the day. Say what you want.
I know, I know. Basically, I'd say, girl, get your ass up, okay, and remember who you are, and remember who you are. And so I, you know, I talk to myself a lot in those quiet, still moments, because as entrepreneurs, we know that even though we surround ourselves with people and we have systems and things in place, I have a team of 14 people. And at the end of the day, it's just me in this room. I've got a supportive husband, I've got a wonderful family, but at the end of the day, it's me. And and I tell myself that there is an alternative to this. Do you want the alternative? The alternative is to go back into corporate. You can do that anytime you want to. And which road are you going to stay on? Are you going to stay the course, or are you going to turn back, right? And I tell myself, you've been through worse. You've been through so much. You can do this. You were set up to succeed. All the things that you've been through and done have perfectly positioned you to succeed at this. And you don't have the right to quit. You don't have the privilege of stopping. You don't have the right to say, I'm not going to do this, because if this is something that is been placed in your heart and it has kept you up at night and it has been a thing that has driven you, you don't have a choice in the matter, right? We feel, Shay, like we have so many choices, right? Like I can do this or I can do that. But the truth of the matter is, for the real entrepreneur,
Yeah.
I'm talking about for the ride or die, for the one that you was born to do this, you was made for this. As hard as it gets, you don't have a choice in the matter. And so you better put on your big girl and your big boy panties, tighten up, make good decisions, think clearly, and execute. Whether you're right or wrong, or it doesn't come out quite the way you wanted it to come out, you've taken one step more toward where it is that you're supposed to be. And so when it comes to, to succeeding in this business, Shay, I have found that you better have these conversations with yourself. And you better have these conversations often so that you're not a stranger to yourself when you have to have these conversations.
I love it. You guys are getting the one and only Kat Dunn. She's speaking from the heart. She's sharing what's on her mind. She didn't give me a script. I don't have to read any certain questions. Danny said he made it here. Congratulations. You're at the right place at the right time. She only came to serve. And for those folks who want to pay this message forward, as we get to the second and last question, so she knows the second and last question. For those that want to help out and want to give a digital applause, hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Pay this message forward to another entrepreneur or another individual who wants to be paid for their passion. And when you hit the share button and that little box pops up in the window, just go ahead and put serve plus add value. Hashtag Kat Dunn. Because that's what she's doing right now. Serve plus add value. Put hashtag Kat Dunn. That's what I appreciate about this message right now. She's saying, look, you've got something in you. It's really all about serving. One of my favorite saying is, don't chase the money, add value, and the money will chase you. And isn't that what she's
Absolutely.
talking about right now? Get the value inside of you, outside of you, and she can do that for you. I know some of you are already over at Kat Dunn, the course builder, I think it is, .com. And you're looking for that page on there where she says, get paid for your passion. Find it on that site right there. Hit the button right now. Join 5 days. 5 days. She ain't say 1 hour. She ain't say no half an hour. She ain't say no webinar. 5 days you get her secret. Second and last question, because we're coming down the home stretch. How do you juggle it all? I mean, I'm just curious. Like, you mentioned your husband, you mentioned your family, you mentioned what you love to do. It's very important to you. So how does Kat Dunn make it all happen? How do you juggle it all?
Whew, great question. Well, a lot of times I don't. Okay. Just keeping it real. I mean, I give myself permission to take breaks. Um, I set up systems, processes, and people in my life to help me to keep going and to juggle it all. I'm so thankful and grateful for my husband, who is just my champion, and he is my supporter and my soft place to fall. So I thank God for that. um but juggling it all is all about, giving yourself permission to drop a ball or two every now and again. But to but to put those things in place to, and so I get up every day. I usually get up fairly early in the morning. I don't wait all day to get up. Number one, I can't because I'm so busy, but I get up early before everybody in the house gets up. I'm usually the last one to go to bed. Sometimes my husband will see me in my big chair and he's like, "Did you go to sleep? Like I think you went to bed, but did you?" Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I'll never tell, But I juggle it by giving myself permission to drop a ball or two every now and again.
I love it. I love it. Last question. For those folks that are out there, by the way, thanks so much for joining. We appreciate it. What does happiness look like for Kat Dunn these days? When are you the happiest?
Ah. I am the happiest outside of when I'm with my family. I'm happiest when I'm spending time with my clients, my tribe, they're my second family. I love I love spending time with them. I love helping them work through challenges in with their courses or their content. I love doing that. That is I know it sounds kind of corny, but that is my happy place. I love helping people to get it out of their minds. And so we, that's why we're doing 5 days next week, right? Because that's where I'm happiest. I'm happiest when I'm doing the work I was supposed to do.
I love it. Well, let me say first, thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We really appreciate it. One thing I know is you can always make more money. You can make more money. I can make more money. Everyone watching, I promise you, especially you tune in for Get Paid for Your Passion, you will make more money, but none of us, including Kat or myself, can make more time. So she's giving us the most precious gift she has right now, and that is time from her family, time from her tribe, time from doing something else, to be here for one reason only, and that is to pour into you. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. I'm going to turn over you to have your final thoughts and comments, but for those folks that are out there, she'll tell you once again where to go. I believe it's www.kat with a K, dunthecoursebuilder.com. Follow the instructions on the page. She's having something for 5 days, so look for it. It says right on the page. Look for that right there. Follow the instructions and change your life and make a difference for someone else. Over to you, Kat. Once again, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me, Shay. It is quite an honor to be here. And yeah, so if you want, you can head over to catthecoursebuilder.com. That's catthecoursebuilder.com with a K. And join us for 5 days next week, where you're going to learn how to take that course out of your head and off your hard drive and get it into the hands of the people who need it the most. So I want to thank you and thank all the happy entrepreneurs that have tuned in all around the world to learn how to turn your passion right into a course that they can sell to the masses.
I like that. Get paid for your passion. What better thing is there to do? With that being said, I want to thank all of you watching. I want you to know that you're amazing. Everyone will see you is special. You've got greatness inside you. And for you, the best is yet to come because you're going to get your course done. For you, today is your January 1st because you can go over to catthecoursebuilder.com and spend 5 days getting done what you've been thinking about doing maybe for the last 9 months, okay? You're going to finally get done. You can go learn how to do that. And for you, you will make a difference in the world. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you. For those folks who want to know who's doing all that screaming and yelling, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. Life is short. We got to live in the moment. We got to make it count. God bless and we wish you success. We'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot. You're amazing. We appreciate every single one of you. We out.
Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every
Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there. And they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.